Hey everyone, welcome back to a new Vinyasa yoga class. Always when I teach, I share with you my own personal practice that I do every day on my own mat. And so lately I've been exploring a lot with really long holds, up to 10 breaths or even more. And so today we will move slower and make it stronger that way. So get ready to hold poses for a longer time, focus on the breath. All you need is your mat, maybe grab 1 or 2 blocks if you have them. Let's do it. Let's come in a seated position, hero's pose or something like cross-legged. Sit nice and tall, bring your hands on your lap, your thighs or on top of your knees. Sit nice and tall, relax your shoulders down. Close your eyes. Let's take a couple breaths here in the seated position just to arrive on the mat and also to get ready for our practice. This is the first pose we're going to hold for 10 breaths or stay in for 10 breaths. Take a moment to center yourself, set an intention for your practice. And slowly blink your eyes open. Walk your hands forward, tabletop. A few rounds of cat-cow or just one cat, one cow. Inhale, arch your back, look forward. Exhale, round your back, push the ground away. Back to neutral, come onto your toes, send the hips back. Stretch out the feet. Keep the arms straight, press into the inside of your hands and spread your fingers a little bit wider, always when you're touching the ground. And move forward with the shoulders as far forward as you can to feel and stretch your wrists. Then move back, hips to the heels. Move forward and back, forward, make circles around the wrists. Doesn't matter which direction, we're going to do both. Switch directions. And back to neutral. Now the fingertips pointing away from you or from each other. Lean over to the right side, over to the left. Just a few more to the right, to the left to warm up the wrists. We're not on our hands too much today, but still it's important to warm them up and keep them healthy, as always. Last one, fingertips pointing towards the knees, send the hips back, the palms lift up. You probably also feel a good stretch in your feet. That's exactly what we're looking for. And slowly release, plant your palms, maybe shake them out first, and then plant your palms for plank pose. Push the ground away. That space between the shoulder blades wants to reach up towards the ceiling, so push the ground away as much as you can. Externally rotate your arms, press into the inside of your hands. Tuck your tailbone, engage the core. And we're here for 10 breaths. Nice and slow breaths through the nose, in and out. So we're finding more of a state of meditation while we're holding those poses. And although this is a strong hold and your body starts to shake maybe, there's still this space and this place of stillness where you can find peace and slip into a meditative state. 3 more breaths. And downward dog, move the hips up and back. Walk your dog. Arrive in this pose, pedal one heel down and the other. Hide your heels behind your ankles. Keep the knees bent, move the chest towards the thighs. Maybe rotate your heels over to the left, to the right. Back to center, downward facing dog for 3 more breaths. Shift forward, plank pose. Find side plank on your left side. Reach your right arm up. Press into your left palm, push the ground away. You can always use the top foot as a kickstand if you want to. Otherwise, try to stack your feet, maybe even lift the right leg up. And hold it there. We're not here for 10 breaths, a little bit less. When you're ready, draw the right knee to your right armpit. Hold it there. Keep pressing into your left palm. Look down inside your left hand slowly, as slow as you can. It's easy to move fast, but try to slow it down. Step the right foot there, inside the left hand. For pyramid pose, straighten both legs. The left heel goes down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, fold forward and down. If your left heel is not on the ground, then that means your stance is too wide. Just shorten the stance. Pull the right hip back a little bit. Keep a micro bend in your right knee. We're here for 10 breaths. So we're not holding every pose for 10 breaths, but a few of them we hold for a longer time throughout this class and throughout this practice. Maybe start to walk the hands over to the right side, maybe over to the left. And 2 breaths is probably somewhere around 1 minute to 1.5 minute hold. So I encourage you to close your eyes as well while you're in these poses and fully focus on the breath. Really looking for that meditation in this pose. Rebend the right knee, move forward, warrior 3 prep. Come onto your fingertips or maybe on blocks. Energize the left heel towards the back of the mat. Keep the spine nice and long and soften your left hip down. Flex your left foot. And if you want, you can come up to a handstand, otherwise hold it there for a couple more breaths. And slowly release if you came up. Step the left foot back, crescent lunge. Reach your arms up. And find your stance. If you want, keep the hands on your hips. What you want to do is have the right thigh tracking the same direction as the right foot. So look inside your right knee and make sure you can see the right big toe there. And then move the left heel forward. We're holding this for 10 breaths, but we're already 3 breaths or so in. Let's find open crescent twist. Reach the right arm behind you, the left arm forward for 5 more breaths. Back to crescent lunge, reach your arms up and over your head. Interlace your hands behind your back. Lower the left knee down. Let it hover over the ground and then lift it back up. Lower, lift. Lower down, lift up. 2 more. Pull your hands towards your left heel and all the way down. Low lunge. Either stay on your left toes or untuck your toes. Open the heart, the chest forward, engage your glutes. Move your hips forward and down. And pull or drag the right knee, the right heel, towards the center of the mat. Reach your hands towards your left heel. Find more of a back bend. Maybe look up towards the ceiling. 3 more breaths. Slowly release. Now without using your hands, warrior 3, lift the knee up, shift forward, left leg floats up, and then lower the left hip down. Keep reaching the left heel back towards the back of the mat. And at the same time, keep reaching the crown of the head forward. Focus on the breath, soften it down. Now here we're mostly working on our glutes, especially the right glute to keep us standing, and the left glute to keep the left leg lifted. Lift your arms up even higher behind your back. Rebend the right knee, step the left foot back, spiral lunge to your left. And over to the right. Over to the left. We're all going to meet in plank pose again. Bring the hands down, step the right foot back to meet the left. 10 more breaths. Push the ground away. Tuck your tailbone, engage the core. And close your eyes. You can always set the knees down if this is too much. Just try to give your best. And you decide knees up or down. We're going to go to Chaturanga and hold it for 5 breaths. The elbows are touching the rib cage. The elbows are over the wrists. Keep pushing the ground away. 2 more breaths. Lower all the way down. Baby cobra. Lift your chest up. Press the hips and the feet into the mat. Lift your hands up as well. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Engage your glutes and the muscles in your back. Send your hands down. Cobra pose, press into your palms. Keep the elbows touching the rib cage. Keep the glutes engaged, strong. Slowly lower down. Upward facing dog, 5 breaths. Press into your palms. Straighten your arms. The only thing touching the ground is your hands and the tops of your feet. Pull the shoulders back, move the chest forward. And engage your glutes as much as you can. Really helps to protect your lower back. And downward dog. Nice and slow, move the hips up and back. Stay on the tops of your feet. Stretch them out and then flip onto your toes. Downward dog. Shift forward, plank pose. Side plank on the right. Reach your left arm up. Maybe lift the left foot up as well. Hold it. Breathe. Focus on that breath coming in and out through the nose. Slow it down. That's really why we move so slow. We want to find that meditative state while holding a strong pose. If you can hold it for one more inhale and one more exhale, you can also do one more. Draw the left knee to your left armpit. As slow as you can, step the left foot to the front of the mat. For pyramid pose. Straighten both legs. Bring the right heel down. Inhale, lengthen out to the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Pull the left hip back. Keep a micro bend in your left knee. And relax your shoulders down and away from the ears. Here for 5 more breaths or so. Move the hip around if you want to. Walk the hands to the right, to the left. Rebend the left knee, warrior 3, right leg floats up. Soften the right hip down, reach the right leg back. Reach the head forward at the same time, so keep the spine nice and long. Instead of rounding your back, keep the spine long. Maybe come up into a handstand. We're here for 3 or so more breaths. Last breath. Slowly release. Crescent lunge, land the right foot. Bring your hands to your hips. Move the left hip a little bit more back, the right hip forward, and then try to level out the hips as well. Look down towards your left big toe. Make sure you can see it. Move the right heel forward. If you want, reach your arms up. 2 or so more breaths. And then open up to the left, reach the right arm forward, left arm behind you. 5 breaths. And reach up, crescent lunge. Interlace your hands behind your back. Lower the right knee down, let it hover. Bring it back up. Lower and lift. 3 more. Reach your hands towards your right heel. And lower down, low lunge. Move the hips forward and down. Open the heart, open the chest. Forward and maybe up. We'll meet in Warrior 3. Let the right foot float up. Stand and balance on your left leg. Point the right toes down. Soften the right hip down. Find that nice and long line from the crown of your head all the way down to your right heel. Lift your arms up even higher. 3 more breaths. Lots of work in the glutes, in our upper back, lower back. Rebend the left knee, step it back. Spider lunge to the right. To the left. Come onto your left toes. Bring the left hand down, reach your right arm up and over your head. Release over to the right side. Same thing. Move to the front. Runner's lunge, plank pose. 25 breaths. I'm just kidding. Shift forward, come high onto your toes. Bend your arms, Chaturanga, 5 breaths. Knees up or down, you decide. Elbows touching the rib cage. Give your best. And lower all the way down. Extend your arms out to the sides. And then on your inhale, lift everything up for 10 breaths. Lift up the arms, the feet, the thighs, the chest, everything. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Flex your butt, the muscles in your back. Just lift up as high as you can. Now this is tough. Keep lifting. We never use our butt and our back so much, so this locust pose is so important for us. Last 2 more breaths. Let's count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Lift up even higher. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Take a moment. Rest your forehead on your hands. When you're ready, find upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. You will all meet in yogi squat. Come onto the front of the mat with the feet outside the hands. You can either step, float, or handstand, whatever you want. Sit down onto your butt for both poses. The shins parallel to the ground. Flex your feet or point. Just keep them active. Reach your arms forward. Pull the shoulders back. Keep the spine nice and long. Whenever you feel like you need to set the heels down, feel free to do so. Otherwise, stay here, extend the right leg forward and lower down. Come back up. Other side. 4 more each side. Try to move nice and slow, controlled. It's easy to use momentum, to move fast, to breathe fast. The real challenge, the real control comes up and shows in how much can you slow everything down. Back to boat, last one, lower down, both legs forward, half boat. If you want more, arms over your head. Push your lower back into the ground, maybe start to shake, it's perfectly fine. Reach your arms forward, hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. And bend your knees. Bring your heels close to your hips for bridge pose. Lift your hips up, press into your heels. Come higher onto your shoulder blades. Bring your shoulders together. Keep a gap between the chin and the chest. Press into your heels as much as you can. Really fire up your glutes, your hamstrings. Drag your heels towards the hips. And slowly lower down. We're going to do one more round, so feel free to come one more time into bridge or take wheel. Bridge pose, stay there, keep breathing, or take wheel. Wherever you are, flex your butt as much as you can. If you are in wheel and you want more, let's do 5 push-ups in wheel. Bend your arms, bring the head almost to the ground, press it back up. 4 more. Keep your butt flexed the entire time. Last one. Slowly release. Tuck your chin to the chest. Bring the head down, the shoulders, lower the hips down wherever you are. Come onto your back. Extend the legs forward. Keep that natural curve in your lower back. Just take a moment. Give your spine some time to come back to neutral and rest. Let's finish up our practice with a twist. So bend your knees again. And then either cross the left ankle over the right thigh or cross the thigh over the thigh, kind of like crossing your legs. Move your hips to the left and lower the legs down. Extend your left arm away from you. Close your eyes. It's always good to finish with a twist after back bends. Gives your spine the opportunity to come back to neutral, and you probably feel better the next day. Use your right hand to help your knees, your legs back to the center. Other side, right ankle over the left thigh, or slide the foot all the way over the leg, all the way over the other leg, and then move towards the left. Doesn't matter if the right shoulder's on the ground or not, or if the knees are on the ground. If it feels good for you, rotate your head towards the right, but if you have problems with your neck, don't even worry about it, doesn't matter. Back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug and relax the heels to the corners of the mat for Shavasana. Take all the space that you need and want, palms facing upwards. Close your eyes. Fully relax your body. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. I recommend staying here for a couple of minutes to wrap up and finish your practice before you continue with your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And thank yourself for showing up and rolling out your mat. And I'll see you in the next video. With love and gratitude, Namaste.